Hello Imperial modelers and Star Wars fans, this time it will be huge. I'm going to build this crazy model kit of the legendary Imperial Star Destroyer from Revell. The kit is in 1 to 2700 scale, however it is the largest model which I ever built. So let's start with model assembly. First I cut out parts from plastic sprue. I think that the main dock looks quite simplified, so I ordered 3D printed extra parts and a few more details. Now it will be more difficult. I must cut out hanger from plastic kit. I use for this purpose very handy microelectric drill. And also I must remove more plastic on the upper side, but I need to preserve details around. Therefore I apply masking tape. It was not so easy, but new hanger fits well. Now the funny part. The model itself is excellent, but quite dull. It is just a solid grey triangle. I decided to put into the model some light emitting diodes. Maybe you saw my previous video with Viper MK7 from Battlestar Galactica. Anyway, this one will be next level. I need to install a lot of meters of optical wires and drill hundreds of small holes. So I mark each position with black felt tip pen. Then I use small sized drill and make hundreds of windows. These are optical wires, actually 300 meters. I bought them from eBay. You can find a lot of diameters online. I use a 0.5 mm thickness. Maybe it will be better to use minor diameter, but I found problematic to drill smaller holes to plastic under this size. I put wires in 2 holes and glue them with a PVA glue. This step is very straightforward, but also very time consuming. It looks like a lot of wires, but it is only beginning. I will use ordinary diodes, so I cannot put together more than 40 wires. Otherwise it will be problem with a light transition to all fibers. I create 3 bunches with electrical tape. It is elastic and firm material. I didn't show you gluing, so here it is. I use PVA glue for this purpose. Drying time is 10 hours, however, it does not make any structural damages to wires. I need for the side windows one plastic part, therefore I must remove side plastic support with an engraver. I cut shake straw into 2 halves and create from it optical channel for diode. It is a quite mess. After a few minutes it looks much better, and it is ready for electronic installation. And another example of a simplified model construction. 3D printed part definitely worth it. I had a problem with LED colors, and the Star Wars movie has a Star Destroyer white yellow lights. However, I have only pure white, which is boring, and yellow is too much yellow, almost orange. So there is nothing easier than use transparent colors and make from white diode any color you want. I use highly diluted transparent yellow color because I don't want all windows with the same color. This way some of them will be white and some yellow. I glue 40 LEDs to direct position with a hold melt gun. Now I must create holes for engine diodes. In this case I will use 2 types of the blue LEDs. It seems that everything is working. Do not forget to check each LED functionality with 3-volt battery before installation. Oh, now it only remains to connect all diodes with conductors. I remove the insulating tube with a sharp blade and solder wire to a diode. I use heat shrink for each wire. It will preserve from shortcuts and corrosion. I will use a 12-volt power supply, therefore I can connect 4 LEDs to series. It will make connection easier. Besides, I will have 11 or 12 parallel connections in one series. And again, do not forget to check if everything is correctly connected. If we will connect even one diode to blocking direction, the circuit will not work. Now I melt heat shrinks with soldering iron and low temperature. I spray model from inside with a black acrylic color, because plastic is partially transparent, it will block redundant light. looks quite crazy. I never used so many wires before. Now I cover a few imperfections with putty for plastic. I rescribe panel lines with razor saw. I clean the surface with industrial alcohol, and now I can start painting. Unifying plastic with a grey primer is important. It will reveal me all imperfections and dust. It is difficult to find all scratches and dust on the pure plastic because the surface is too large. Maybe you can see that surface is not perfectly smooth. Thus, I clean it with a sponge sandpaper. I destroyed a few details in the process. Now I need to create new ones from a plastic board. I think that surface is ready for painting. It will be difficult to make it at least a little bit interesting, because it is a great triangle. I start with pre-shading. This technique will make the surface less uniform. If you want to learn pre-shading, this model is perfectly for learning. You will never have a problem with other models after that. Now I mix grey color. I found out practical with mixing cups from Revell, so I mix grey XF80 with a lacquer thinner in ratio 1:1. I need 3 bottles of XF80 color for the whole model. I use airbrush harder und Schnimbek Infinity with 0.4 mm nozzle and air pressure of 25 psi. Now I spray post-shading with a light grey color. I simply mix white and grey. I spray with light grey color all raised areas. It will make details more pronounced. Very cool is to paint panels with different colors and shades. I found interesting technique how to do that easily and fast. I simply use ordinary paper and I spray light grey color on the edge. Okay, it was not so easy. It takes me a few hours to do the whole model, but it was much faster than with a paintbrush. At least it does not look dull. Now I cover the whole model with a clear lacquer varnish and let it dry for 5 hours. Finally, I can cut out optical fibers with extra sharp side cutters. I need to make panel lines more pronounced, therefore I apply enamel wash. The base color is acrylic, cover it with a lacquer clear varnish, so you can apply any enamel weathering product. In this case, I use black enamel paneliner. I clean excess wash partly with enamel thinner and cotton swab. I have in my mind partly because I want to make the surface a little bit weathered and dirty. I blur wash with a paintbrush and enamel thinner, so that it will make some nice weathering effect. That was painting, the second most time consuming process after optical fibers and LEDs. Now more electronic stuff. I recently started playing with an electronic microcontroller, so I want to put some easy functionality to this model. You simply turn on power button and everything else is automatic. I needed some solution for 12 volts power supply because microcontroller provides only 5 volts. I connect the transistor field and power it up with 12 volts. It works like this. I send a signal from the microcontroller. Hey Mr. Transistor, can you open the gate? And transistor will say, okay, no problem. And then it lets the 12 volts pass through. Now it only remains to connect all wires and create microcontroller board. Easy peasy. I have more parallel circuits than transistors, so I need to add 2 more for the engines. This small one is actually included 8 times in the transistor field. It is the black chip. The blue board is Arduino Nano. This is the brain of the whole project, and you can program any functionality you want with a computer. It is a little bit unusual for model video, but some coding in the end. The function pin mode means that you can set each microcontroller pin to output or input. In my case, I need only send signal out of controller. I create a new function which turns on one parallel circuit every 1 second. The second function is for engines. I use for this purpose pulse width modulation, which allows change diode brightness. So in the 4th cycle I change value higher or lower. If I send 255, then brightness is maximal and 0 is minimal, thus turn off. This is the final electronic board, so it only remains to test it. It is a very crucial moment. Oof. It seems that everything is correctly connected. So that is all, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the video and little bit unusual subject. It took me a lot of time to find out all technical problems. However, all the difficult parts and problems are forgotten when you finally see the finished model. Thanks for watching and see you next time. May the force be with you. You are still here? Okay, you deserve more. So here is the small bonus. I'm going to add to main hangar small capture ship CR-90 Corvette, also called Tantive 4. The model is also printed with 3D technology. The quality is very nice. It has almost invisible layers because it was printed with SLA printer. These types of 3D printers use photosensitive resin and precise laser. It is nothing like prehistoric 3D printers with fused deposition modeling technology, where is a relatively large limit of a minimal layer thickness. In any case, SLA 3D printer and material are very expensive, and therefore ordinary plastic kit is and will be cheaper. Therefore, I am not worried about model kit manufacturers. This is really all. The CR90 Corvette is cherry on the cake.